A husband and wife have filed suit against Minnesota state officials challenging the state's Human Rights Act. Caleb Dalton, co-counsel for the Alliance Defending Freedom, joins us now. Caleb, your group is representing this case, which centers around same-sex marriages and whether the couple's production company would have to participate in those weddings if their production films feature traditional marriages. What basically is at stake here?
What's at stake here is the right of every American to be able to decide what stories they tell or not. For example, if the Larsons can be forced to tell the story of same-sex marriage, then a pro-life photographer could be forced to participate to film a Planned Parenthood event, or maybe a Planned Parenthood employee or somebody who's opposed to pro-life issues could be forced to film the March for Life. Freedom goes both ways. Tolerance is a two-way street. And this is an issue where filmmakers shouldn't be threatened with jail if they don't abide by the government's view of what marriage is.
The Larsons here are filing a suit against Minnesota. They're not being sued themselves. And we've covered a number of cases with you guys with ADF. How unusual is this?
It's not unusual at all. Challenging unjust laws is a hallmark of civil rights history. And civil rights have advanced throughout our history really by challenging laws and not waiting to be thrown in jail before you have the ability to vindicate your First Amendment rights.
Okay, so again, they're challenging Minnesota's Human Rights Act. What exactly does that state entail?
Well, the Human Rights Act here, as applied to Carl and Angel, would require them to film and produce same-sex wedding ceremonies. They want to use their talents to tell the God-given beauty of marriage between a man and a woman, especially in today's society where we see the decline of marriage. But the state law says if they do that, they also have to tell stories that violate their faith.
Okay, so what happens if they don't do it, if they don't participate in so-called same-sex weddings? What could happen to them?
If they violate the law, they're subject to crippling fines, triple damages, over $25,000 in punitive fines, and it's considered a criminal misdemeanor that could be punished by up to 90 days in jail.
Okay, really quickly here, what do you hope ultimately comes out of this case?
I hope that freedom prevails for all Americans, because this case really isn't just about the Larsons. It's about the freedom of every American to decide what stories they tell, what stories they don't tell, to be able to express their faith and their beliefs without fear of government punishment.
Caleb Dalton with the Alliance Defending Freedom, thank you for coming in and telling us about this case.
Thanks for having us.